Let's see.
Okay, so now I'm recording. And it can all be edited.
Good morning.
Just
I'll
just a series of beeps.
I'll try to keep it PG-14.
Did they change the age in
No,
your
I
region?
don't think I could do PG-13, so I wanted to be safe. There's a
You know how
thin line.
sensitive those 13-year-olds are nowadays.
Yeah. All you have to do is say, like, fart. Yeah.
Yep.
Huge wet fart, and you got 13-year-old kids laugh at that.
Skibbity fart.
Yeah. Long, deep fart with a slight whisper and then a squeak at the end.
I'm so glad I'm recording. This is going to be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah. It's if you do like an improv class or something. Okay? I'm gonna need a long, deep-throated fart
Wait,
with
what?
a slight pause, whisper, and then maybe, at the end, a slight vibration, and then a squeak to end it. So it would be like.
Sounded like there was an inhale.
Well,
That's possible.
That's the good thing about improv is you can just do it. There is no wrong answers in the type of fart that you say.
Yeah, you went off script.
It's the beauty of it, man. There is no script. And cut. Print. That's a wrap, fellas. Good job, everybody.
Don't forget to stop by the craft table.
That's lunch right there, dude. Seafood buffet. Are we doing it?
I am. I'm in the middle of the race. It was at that corner where everybody slows down. I just made a pretty good advance there. Oh, that guy sort of hit that corner a little bit too fast, and Hazal sort of nudged me back onto my line. Excuse me, please. I find that some of these guys do get a little bit feisty out there.
You have it on easy?
Oh yeah.
You're good.
I'm here for the credits, sir. This is merely a formality. It's like, I just promised to sit in my chair for a half hour. Good drone. This looks so nice.
Countries on high alert.
Oh, what's going on?
But I don't think I'm high enough for this alert.
Oh, hey!
Zing!
Ashton Busy Binook. Bullets are flying.
That's right. And,
what alert? Alert from what?
I'm tuning it in right now. Getting a lot of static.
Yeah.
It's probably
Is that
probably nuclear.
AM?
Yep.
Maybe connect the wires to your UHF screws in the back of the television.
Yeah, well, I have the, what was that thing that you used to have? If you wanted to hook your
an
video
adapter
game up to your TV? No,
yeah,
it was
channel 3.
RF modulator.
That's right. That's right.
I have an RF modulator hooked up to my HDMI.
Does it have a slider switch?
It does. I can go to the game or TV.
Is it a brushed gold finish or a brushed
No,
like
it's just
veneer?
This is a replacement one, so it's just regular chrome or whatever. Shiny metal with a black surface.
Oh, who is that? Who was that? Mendoza.
Oh, okay.
Just pushed me off the road.
Apparently,
Mostly my fault.
U.S.
Yeah?
The
Listening.
U.S. is inadvertently funding the Taliban. This is so much crazy shit, dude. Okay, we give money to the Taliban, and we give money to ISIS.
Okay.
And
Really?
we give money, yeah, and to Al Qaeda. We give them money. I don't know what for.
What are they doing for the money, or what do we get?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't have no idea. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars.
What's your source? What is this? Where is this?
Pretty much every news channel I've watched has had something to say about it.
Was this recent events that is going on right now?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this video was put up. Doesn't even have any comments on it yet.
Oh wow.
Although I think the comment section's turned off. Is it? No, I can make a comment.
Was it a one-time deal, or is this an ongoing?
It's come out recently that that money that was said to be going to certain things were actually going to these organizations, and they followed the money trail to Taliban and ISIS and Al Qaeda and all these people in Iran and Syria that are receiving millions and millions of dollars. I don't know the details, but that seems like, I don't think it's an accident.
Well, I didn't do it.
know? Well, I certainly didn't have anything to do with it either. It just seems, in the grand scheme of things, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Okay. Because you're in the government, in a certain part of the government, the United States government. If there's no war, there's no money. That's just the way they've set it up.
Yeah, but that
All
isn't
this
really.
money in defense.
That isn't part of the policy. So, how do you
Well,
get
no,
that
but
through?
Well, because if everybody's in on it,
Well, that's
everybody's
just
got
it.
a slice of the pie.
We,
you know?
yeah, you can't.
And like
you gotta
person,
base it
a
on.
person like
Gotta
most
base it
people
on
don't even
evidence.
know. Most people don't even know who Hunter Biden is. They don't know that Joe Biden was the vice president under Obama. They don't know that.
Some
And
people
so-
don't know how to spell president.
That's true. Some people don't know the difference between president and precedent.
Irregardless, I found out irregardless. I was upset that they turned irregardless into a usable word, but they have now made. I got in. It was me and my buddy, and we were going for steak sandwiches on this place. Just divine steak sandwiches, so good. Anyway, that's a whole other. That's a whole other thing. But as soon as he got here, I told him I was working on setting up the desk to have all the technology working together properly, the cameras and the lights and the headsets and the PlayStations and the games and the thing. And I said I was literally under my desk when you had texted me. And he says, literally means figuratively. I'm like, no, it does not. Actually, it does. The dictionary defined it as slang
Literally?
that you can use literally as meaning figuratively. They just got tired of trying to correct people, I guess. So it's like they irregardless it.
Oh.
Because the word is regardless. You knew that, right? Not irregardless. And everybody used
Unfrequent.
unfrequent.
Yeah, I'm unfrequent.
Is unfrequent a
that.
word just different than
No,
infrequent?
It is now. It means I know what you're talking about. I just made it up.
Unfrequent?
I'm unfrequent. Yeah. Well, because if they can make up what shit means and change the words, then I'm going to do the same thing.
They're just sounds. That's really what it is. And so, if we're not going to get hung
So
up
much
on the
more.
meanings of words, it's just, my mind goes to
Well, 'cause
pronouns. I'm just
Exactly.
like, it's contradictory if we're doing one thing yet doing a different thing in another case. I think we should draw a hard line on proper word usage. This is how it's been used for just because for a few months everybody was saying it like this
Yeah.
because they were poorly
Because maybe
informed
it's like,
on
like
how the word was
gnarly,
used.
for example.
Grammar.
The word gnarly
Yes.
refers to something that's gnarled or in a gnarled state.
Like a burl.
Like a gnarly log,
A
you know?
burl walnut gnarly log.
Yeah, with knobs and knots.
I guess walnut should come first. Walnut burl.
But then you can say
on a
gnarly, so I mean,
log.
I guess it would be fine.
Knurled, gnarly. Yeah,
But you
go
don't
on.
confuse gnarly with something else. Like if you say, "Hey, that's gnarly," you're mean, I don't see a log, you know? Like, so if they're like,
I guess.
you know, like when an
We've been
8-year-old
butchering the
kid
English language. What?
is at like
Sorry.
a school fair,
Okay.
and
misheard you for a
the
second.
news is there, and he gets on the camera. And
Yes.
he's all hopped up on cotton candy and shit, and he's all dizzy from the
And
roundabout.
like
and tries to make
I saw the roller coaster,
and I literally
and I
was standing in
like,
line for literally like 10 minutes, and then I literally, once they learn a word, they say it over and over and over again.
Actually, yeah, the
Yeah,
kid that said
actually.
actually.
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't actually. It's like, you poor
That's
little
a-
bastard.
That's a common filler word.
I've seen adults.
It's the new. I still want to cut back on my like, and like,
You say like a lot, do I?
you know, and saying you know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I can hear what you're saying. If I could see what you were saying, I probably need to lie down.
You get me? Can you dig it?
Do I understand what you are saying?
If you make something vulgar, like instead of saying, "Can you dig it?" and say, you know, you get done explaining something, and then you say, instead of saying "you dig," you can say like, "You finger fuck." Yeah, so I went down the street, turned around the corner, and the motherfucker wasn't there. You finger fuck? Yeah, finger fuck, dude. We'll be right back.
And our sponsor
The
recently
video's
had
four
dropped us.
seconds long. I edited the video of all the profanity and ridiculous shit that James said. It's 4 minutes long.
We sped it up.
There was more shit I couldn't put on there than there was I could.
Holy cow! I gotta pay attention to my laps.
I was gonna say,
I have 1.7 left, so really, one left.
what a selfish thing to say.
Might crank it down to 1 lane.
What? Are you doing fuel safe?
Sardinia.
Yeah, fuel safe, but Sardinia.
Field safe.
Fuel save.
Oh, fuel save. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
I'm at 2.
Oh, that's it. That's what I do.
Yeah, just go for 2 for.
If I can't get I usually do 1 for the first 4 or 5 laps on softs, and that gets me up within the top 5. And then
Ooh.
usually they'll pit,
Okay.
and then so
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you pit with the leader on that, if you're able to pit with the leader on that lap, and then just put some mediums on, and then run a 2, then you should run the next time he pits.
Softs
be
give
like
you
in-
increased speed as well, right?
Well, you get better acceleration and definitely better in the corners. But once they start to fade out,
Yeah, they, oh man. Word of advice when you're doing the super formula, the softs will not last, what was it? I think it was
2 laps.
12 lap.
Oh, really? That's that long?
Yeah, the wear rate and the fuel wear, the fuel burn, what's the word I'm looking for?
Werewolf.
Werewolf. The fuel werewolf.
The fuel consumption rate.
Consumption rate, yes.
Yeah.
And is so low. Like you don't have to worry
Literally.
about fuel running.
So by the same token, is
1.
figuratively now mean literally as well? Adversely?
No, I think they're just removing the word figuratively out of the English
Oh, okay.
lexicon.
What?
Why?
Yes.
Like what? We have a word that has
Like it's very It's
Dual
self-explanatory.
use. It's only there to explain
Yeah, it
how
denotes
what
that
literally
something
means.
is actually literal, like exactly how as it is said.
Everybody, I'm here to pit in. Going full speed.
Figuratively means that you're using a figure of speech.
Like literally
Seems
is
so
a figure of
simple.
speech. So if you just say, I'm using that word literally, you know that they mean figuratively. So why use the word
Well, if you say
figuratively anymore?
I am literally sweating my balls off,
I don't think there's
that is
anything
not
that's allowed to be
possible.
literal anymore. I forgot to tell them not to change my tires. So they just stand there.
Well, you want to change them to medium.
No, I use hards.
Oh, playing it safe. Smart.
And then I just get fuel. And I find I lap everybody. My challenge now on easy is to try and get in front of first place twice. Because how can
Oh, do like a.
it's like, hey Fraga, didn't I pass you already? What? I'm confused. Did you pass me or no? You didn't. And if Fraga's out there watching, this is just the game AI. The game AI.
He's not. Oh, he goes. I was at that dude's house at the bulletproof cars, and I'm like, why do you have bulletproof cars? First, I was like, that's cool, man. The windows too, and I go, what about the tires? And he's like, yeah, they're puncture-proof tires. You know, if they blow up, you can still drive on them.
You live in GTA.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
What happened?
I go, why do you have all these cars? And he told me this. But he drives famous people around. He's like, like Bruno Mars. And I was thinking to myself, is that a sex thing? Bruno Mars, is he a guy or a group? Is it a
Singer, very popular singer.
Oh, he sings.
Yeah.
What kind of music is it? Like rap?
R&B.
Is he any good?
He's excellent. Yeah,
Really?
He is a favorite in the community
Oh. Literally.
of
Or figure.
male singers. Oh yeah.
Does he have a band, or is it like he's like a
It's
Barry
a
Manilow?
solo. Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He has his own songs?
I'd have to call his agent. They haven't talked to me in a while, so I'm not the best.
I mean, I was thinking I really tapped into the Bruno Mars info train with you, man. This is...
No, and I feel kind of bad. I'm like, Bruno's gonna be mad at me because I'm talking about his work.
Right?
I can't name a song. It's just,
That's what I was trying to think.
I'm just bad with stuff like that.
Well, because I had confused him with... There's a guy named Wiz Khalifa. You know who this person is?
I've heard the name. Yeah, I'm not as well.
I don't know what he does.
Versed.
I think he's a DJ, right?
I don't want to.
Or like an MC
I
or
don't
something.
want to guess either way. I don't know.
Remember they gave him that fucking... it was some foundation to do with the Bob Marley family, right? And so they gifted him
This
this...
is gonna get in more and more trouble. All the things I don't know. Let's talk about all the stuff
Bob Marley?
that shouldn't be obscure.
They gave him this guitar that was played by Bob Marley. This Wiz Khalifa fella.
Oh, cool.
He doesn't play the guitar.
Yeah, I think that as a guitar player, I think it hurts that you'd want to give that to someone who'd use it. But I think Wiz might be more inclined to put it under glass, keep it.
Yeah, but he tried to
preserved.
play it though.
Oh no, he
Like
didn't.
the person gave it to him, and he took it like he was going to play it, and then proceeded to absolutely not play it at all. He put his hands, all his fingers over the frets, like to mute the strings, and then just strummed it a couple times, and he was like grooving to it.
Oh,
I seriously,
just
like he would probably fucking kick my ass, but I just wanted to slap him. That's what if I was in the room, I would have just been. Don't fucking pretend. Dude.
don't. If you don't know,
He goes on stage and he asks people if they're ready to party or something. and he raises his hands in the air and shit. You all ready to get this started? And then everybody goes, yes.
Did you see Corey
And then
Feldman playing guitar? His solo?
I did.
His face was doing the whole thing too.
You gotta hand it to the guy, dude.
He had a crowd there into that.
Dude, you know that there's people out there like that. That guy's got no one around him to tell him he sucks. He's got no one around him that he can trust. You know what I mean? He's not that smart, and he's really egotistically. It's obvious that he thinks he's doing well until he does it.
You know,
he tries
fake it
to-
till you
he tries
make
to
it,
fake
and
it.
he's just so confident with what he does that I think maybe people have told him that, and
That he sucks.
it just didn't
And then he
land.
just gets rid of him.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't see the vision in my mind.
really, you know, maybe I don't know. That's a guess.
Like he's totally into it. Like he totally feels that shit. Is why how I can appreciate it. Because I've seen bands like that. There was a band that was playing with us one time. It was called The Sinner's Confession. And it was very obscure, odd time signatures and really weird syncopation and just a fucking. It sounded like four people were on stage playing a different song at the same time.
Jazz.
But they all stopped at the same time.
No
I
way.
think they knew what they were doing.
Oh,
They all started. I mean,
So
they
they had
knew what they
good-
were doing.
timing.
They were really tight as a band, but you couldn't tell because it didn't sound like they were playing together. You know what I mean? It was really, really strange. And so I kind of liked it a little bit.
It was consistently.
I never told you about that guy. Maybe I shouldn't say it on there.
You don't have to mention names.
No, but I said the band's name, so there's nothing but.
We can
But,
edit it out. This is a recording.
Well, the
man.
guy, there was a guy in the
I have
band.
to listen to all this.
Sometimes, you know, we'd hang out because they were often playing in the same places we were at. So when he wasn't playing or I wasn't playing, we would hang out. I'd hang out with the singer. He was a pretty cool guy. I went up to him and said, "Hey, you know, you guys got some crazy shit going on up there, you know." And like nobody else was into it. Like the room was completely silent while they were playing. And he's like, this guy's like flopping around on the floor like Jim Morrison and shit.
Okay.
And it was just really interesting to watch. It didn't sound bad though, but I couldn't tell what they were doing. I couldn't follow it to a melody or anything. It was more like progressive jazz fusion, but it was like there was also some kind of a Nirvana element to it. It was just really weird.
Oh, grungy.
Yeah, but it was nothing that I could remember. And the guy was really nice and everything, kind of dorky and stuff. And he had this really hot wife, and like she had this. It was really strange. Have you heard about those? It's not a tattoo, but it's like a scarring where they cut the skin and
Scarification and then
Is that what
bed
it's called?
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, they
and so she
can
had
embed
this
stuff.
huge,
Yeah.
like on her chest, right underneath her throat. It was like a bat. This like menacing bat in a scar that she had
Okay.
on it.
Oh
She
yeah,
had
yeah. I've
just
seen that
gotten-
on the chest and
Yeah,
upper chest near your clavicle.
sure.
Yeah.
But it was just she had just gotten it done, like maybe several days or a week before, and it was peeling off, and it was all scarred. And so she had these really nice tits. And the guy comes up to me, he's like, "Hey man, he's like, what are you doing after the show? But you know, my wife thinks you're really cute, and we want you to come over and you know, kind of get down with us." And I was like, "Whoa!" I go, "Okay, as long as we're not doing any gay stuff." He's like, "Well, you know, we won't do too much gay stuff." And I go, "No, hold on. There's not going to be any gay stuff." He goes, "Well, so, you know, well, we can just kiss and stuff and rub on each other." And I go, "No," because that would be kind of gay. And he's like, "Yeah, I guess it would." I go, "Well, then I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. The wife is really funny."
No, this is going to be a one-sided shit show
Yeah.
that you're not going to.
I felt bad for saying no, but
Well,
I had no idea. Like if
I think you should just be flattered at the offer.
Well, yeah,
Rather-
because I mean, if you're I guess it's nice that I found out, because sometimes I've been in those situations where I think they believe that I understood it was going to be kind of gay stuff, and then when it happens, I'm like, no, that I'm not doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, how many people
You know.
have they surprised that on?
It wasn't something that I would do again.
I imagine he would probably have to. Hold on, man. Fix my headset.
Because I've done that stuff like 2 or 3 times before, and I know that I don't like it.
2 or 3 times before.
Yeah, I only did gay stuff like 2 or 3 times, and I didn't want to do it anymore. We'll be right back. So this is. I thought that was Ed Norton. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. This guy. They always have a good headline, and then you get into the meat and potatoes of the video, and it's really just a bunch of nothing. Chinese girls in skirts? Okay.
Are they giving money to the Taliban?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You mean the Chinese girls or the China in general?
I don't know what's going on out there.
I gotta tell you, because I would be willing to bet that all of these countries that have any power to do anything are against the United States in some way, shape, or form. Because, China, of course.
Yeah, I don't think if they were asked, it's like, no. U.S. is our favorite. I don't think.
Because, when Donald Trump starts to do his thing, dude, he's gonna pretty much kill the fucking trade with China and the United States and Canada and the United States and Mexico and the United States in an attempt to, because in the United States, right after the war, World War II, was fucking booming, man.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had a job, everybody had 2 cars in their garage and a fucking...
You have to look at the size of the population back then, too.
True. But it was, it was a time when the country was ignorant of what the government was capable of, I think.
I wonder if the government was just coming into their own with stuff like that as well, realizing
Possibly.
what they were able to accomplish in their minds.
Well, because everything in the government is delayed 10 years. So you think they dropped that bomb in Nagasaki in 1940?
Then they approved it 10 years later.
Well, no, they had that bomb 10 years before that. They had the technology to do that shit before they...
Have you watched Oppenheimer? They pretty much, the day they discovered it, that's when they dropped it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had the technology, but one of the things that they were concerned about is to make that kind of a nuclear explosion.
But this was not public knowledge, though.
No. No.
They had been working on it for a long time before they actually made it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
And they did the one test, and then within a day, I believe, they had dropped bombs.
I guess you don't want to waste any time.
They did not fuck around.
It seemed like, because a war like that makes sense to me, in a way, from what I know of the history. Because throughout the Second World War, the United States was really only involved in, they weren't involved in the combat situations. They were more like security and stuff, kind of like they did in Afghanistan and Iraq and all that, but not to such a weird degree. It wasn't until the Pearl Harbor happened that we got involved with that stuff. Obviously, we didn't like the Germans very much, but
we've warmed up. There was
a lot of European soldiers and well, not the French really. They were there, but they didn't really do much.
The planning didn't pan out as they had hoped.
No.
They got they suffered some consequences.
Sure. Now look at them. hosting the Olympics.
Good for them. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop this recording now and see how it looks.